Welcome back, fifth graders, to day 2 of finding the area of a right triangle. Yesterday we started it off. We established the link between rectangles and triangles, and we discovered a formula for how to find the area of a triangle. We did say that there were 2 different ways to represent that formula, in a sense that we could say the area of a triangle is equal to half of the base times height, or we could represent the area of a triangle as saying base times height and taking that and dividing that by 2. All right, so it doesn't really matter. It's the same process. You're going to get to the same answer. It's just a matter of, would you rather multiply by a half, or would you rather divide by 2? Again, as we've gone through fractions and decimals and dividing and multiplying this year, guys, hopefully you realize that that is basically the same process. All right, so some of these questions on this page, guys, should look familiar from yesterday's exit ticket, so I'm not going to go through all of them. There are actually a couple of problems that I want to go through and a couple of trickier problems that I want to go through, but I'm going to start with one of the easier ones just as a quick refresher and a reminder of what we did yesterday. So if everybody would look at question 12 in the upper right hand corner, you can see that we are staring at a rectangle that has been divided into 2 pieces, into 2 equal triangles with a diagonal from left to right. And you can see that the base of the rectangle is 25, and you can see that the height is 10. So again, if we are going to find the area of the rectangle right here, we are going to take, remember, area for a rectangle is base 25 times 10 of the height, and getting us to an answer of 250 square inches, or inches squared. Again, does not matter how you label that, but that is what we're looking at. Then, again, since the direction here tells us to find the area of the shaded triangle, it doesn't really matter. It could be either triangle since it is divided equally, and so each of these will have the same one, but we're trying to say one of the triangles. So if we take that 250 that we figured out from our previous formula, we can now look at the 250 and divide that by 2 and end up with an area for that triangle of 125 square inches. No extra going back and plugging numbers in again. We know the total, and we're able to figure that out by simply dividing that number by 2. And that's a kind of a nice little trick, nice little step that if they give us a full rectangle, we can do that. There are some guys, though, where they don't give us the rectangle. And there will be some, and I think you actually might have seen some on our exit ticket yesterday, where it's just the triangle. And the hardest part about that is not to just see those 2 numbers and multiply, but to recognize that what we are looking there at that triangle is simply half of that rectangle. So you've got to multiply, yes, but then you've got to remember to divide by 2, and that tends to be the biggest issue that I've seen over the last couple of years in teaching this skill, guys, is that people, once they just look at a triangle instead of the rectangle and the triangle, they forget to divide by 2. They see those 2 numbers and they get so excited to divide. So the trickier questions that I want to go through, and again, they're not super tricky, they're just more word problems and kind of getting us to think about what they're actually asking us here, is the bottom section here. And we're just going to handle the questions 13 and 14. And it says Lottie divided her rectangular flower garden into 2 sections for pink and yellow roses. And you can see in the picture there, they've got the pink section and the yellow section. It says, what is the area of each section? Well, guys, that's just a fancy way of saying what is the area of one of those sections. Okay, we could figure out the pink, we could figure out the yellow, but again, from what we've known over the last day and a half, or lesson and a half, I should say, is that those triangles will have the exact same area. So the first thing we need to do is we need to figure out, or we can figure out, what is the area of the entire rectangle. And to do that, we are simply going to take, again, the base of 40 and the height of 25, and we're going to multiply those 2 things together. And again, not necessarily banking on the fact that you guys will be able to do this off the top of your head, but we do have a 0 involved, which means this is basically 25 times 4. 25 times 4 gets us to 100, and then we can throw this last 0 on the back there to get us to an answer of 1,000, and that is 1,000 square feet for the entire rectangle. Now again, they are asking us specifically for one or the other. Doesn't say which one or each of them. How are we going to figure out what this each triangle is? We are then going to take that 1,000 and we are going to divide by 2. We're going to divide it in half because that's what this line has done to us. So if the whole thing is 1,000, the yellow section is 500 square feet. And so is the pink section. We only need to write it once because it's saying what is the area of each section. All right, like I said, not a tricky problem there, just made it a word problem, a little bit more real life story problem. Question 14 is a little bit trickier. We've got a few more triangles in there, and it's not just divided into 2 pieces, but we now have 4 separate triangles inside there. But there are a couple of ways to think about this. So this problem is going to be a little bit trickier. All right. So it says this is a banner for the Mountaineers Club. Okay, so it's like a flag or a banner, and that's the backgrounds that they are using there. And it says, question or part A says, what is the area of the banner that is colored green? So again, guys, there are multiple ways to look at this. We could find the area of the entire banner. We could break this part up into the pink and the green and the blues and make them separate, even though they're not touching each other or together. We could think of them in that way. We could identify and realize that this appears to be the halfway point and that we have a square going this way, and that we have a square going this way. So again, if we look at that, we've got 2 equal squares. So another opportunity to look at this, and instead of going 30 times 15 and then dividing it by 4, which would work, and I have no problem with doing it that way, we could also look at the bottom being 30, cutting that in half, which gets us to 15, and doing 15 times 15, and then dividing that in 2, like this, to find the area of the green triangle. Any of those would be sufficient answers, okay? The thing you will find about this answer, guys, or this problem, is that once you get your original answer, okay, so I'm gonna go with the whole and start us out at the beginning here, guys, and divide it by 4, just because that's the way my mind works. So as I look at this entire rectangle, I'm seeing that its area will equal 30 times 15. And again, we've got a 0 involved here, so that's kind of nice. 3 times 15 is 45, and add 1 0 to it. Now, instead of just dividing by 2, because we are looking at 4 separate and equal triangles inside this rectangle, you can divide it by 4 to get that same answer. So if I put this then into the problem as it stands here, let me maybe bump this down a little bit here, guys. So I'm going to get rid of that problem and go here just to give us a little bit more chance to work. Scroll up a little bit, more chance to work as well. All right. 4 goes into, now it might help if Mr. Mace wrote down the right problem. So now again, I'm going to scribble that out. 450. 4 goes into 4 one time. 4. Bring down the 5. 4 goes into 5 one time. 4. Bring down the 0. 4 goes into 10. So we are stuck now, guys, with our, what do we do with our remainder? Now, there are multiple ways to think about this. It's been a while since we've talked about how do we handle a remainder. Okay, but we are looking for an exact answer here. We don't want to leave it as 112 remainder 2. That does not get us to our correct answer for the green area. We could either turn this answer into a fraction. I'd be perfectly fine with that. Or we could, especially if you're using a calculator, probably end up with a decimal version of that. Okay, and that's what I'm going to go with here, at least for starters. Remember that we add our decimal point, add a 0 if we have a remainder, and try to keep going until we end up without a remainder. So now 4 goes into 20, one more rotation, goes in 5 times, the decimal point moves straight up into our answer, and we are done with our remainder, so that would be our answer. So in this case, 112.5, what are we looking at? Inches squared, or square inches. All right. Now, if I chose to go back to this original problem and I wanted to just treat this as a fraction, I could take that 2 that I had as a remainder instead of adding the decimal, and I could put 2 over 4 right here, and also make this 112 and a half when I simplify this fraction. Okay? So either way would work. Definitely not a problem with it. Now, couple ways we can look at the second step here, guys. We can look at this and says, what is the area of the banner that is colored blue? Well, we can again use the 450 as our answer. I'm going to erase and give us some space here. So we came back to the entire rectangle. All right. And we found that again it was an area of 450 total inches squared, or square inches. And now we've got 2 blue pieces, which again equates to about half of that shape. Or if I really want to look at it, I can take those 2 blue pieces and put them together and realize that I've formed a 15 by 15 square, and just multiply 15 by 15. Either way gets us to that answer, guys. Since I have the 450 sitting here, I'm simply going to divide it by 2. Okay, instead of dividing it by 4, which we have 1, 2, 3, and 4, I've got 2 of the 4 pieces, which means I'm only going to have to cut it in half and not into fourths. So in this case, guys, 2 goes into 4 2 times. Oops, that's a 4. Bring down the 5. 2 goes into 5 2 times. 4. Bring down to 0. 2 goes into 10. 5 times, and again for that answer, so 2 ways again I could find it. I could double 225 square inches, or I could have simply gone back up and multiplied the 112 and a half by 2. And again, with the use of a calculator, there's plenty of options that would make sense for us. So guys, we just wanted to put a couple of real life situations in there, a couple of trickier problems where there might have been multiple steps other than just looking at a triangle and trying to find its area. Trying to show you where this might occur and where it might show up in a real life situation. There is an exit ticket again to complete for finding the area of a right triangle. Hopefully by the end of this second lesson, guys, you are feeling pretty comfortable that we are to find the area of a right triangle, we are multiplying base times height and then cutting that number in half, because that is half of a rectangle. Thank you very much, and good luck on your exit ticket.